Okay. Let's start. You can talk.
Hello, this is a tentative playtest. This is a playtest of the tentatively named Nation and States game. In this game, you are going to be playing as different populations across, interacting and forming states and communities with each other, and trying to prosper the most, because this is a board game and someone has to win. The game is going to be bounced between nation rounds, where players are manipulating their population cubes around the various states and horizon, and state rounds, where the states will take their actions and perform their events. At the start of the game, there is going to be a horizon and an idea and organization market. The markets line up with the horizon 1-to-1, except the organization market does not have space for these first two. So there will only be 3 organization cards up at a time. During a nation round, you will be able to take a turn where you get to take one action, and including migration, which will allow you to put cubes up the stack, up the horizon, from bottom to top, allowing you to then claim a card from the market adjacent to it. So I can either take this card or this card. I'm going to go ahead and take this dynamic. You can only ever have one dynamic or authority card in front of you. If you have a dynamic card, you can't have an authority card, so on and so on. Then we check for these, and we check for any slots. We check for overpopulation in the regions. If there are any regions with 6 or more cubes on it, I have to take the card off of the horizon, fill it up, and then put cubes from that removed card onto every horizon card. And any cards that remain go back to the owner's state or nation card. Then any gaps are filled in the market. Then the next player gets to take their turn. The other thing you can do on your turn besides migrate onto the board is you can start organizing. On your turn, if you have a dynamics or authority card, you can put it in the middle, take one of the stacks of banners, put it onto there, and then put one of the banners onto a spot that has your cubes on it. Keep bouncing these around. And this would be your the homeland for this burgeoning state. Someone else on their turn can then decide they want to unify and take a alternate organization card and put it into play, unifying that into one state. The unifier has to have the alternate organization. So if I have a dynamics in play, they have to have an authority. If they have a authority in play, if an authority is what's being formed, then they have to play a dynamics. The unifier then takes that homeland and decides if it's going to start in the law or in the industry. And this will decide the starting power of the state. Any cubes on the state can be one of the benefits of forming a state. When you start organizing, you can take one of your cubes from the homeland and place it onto one of the dominant slots right here. So we have Tycoon, Radical, Ruler, or Grand Elder at the start. You could even put it on the demographic if you... No, I wrote in the rules that you don't put it on the demographic, did I? No, it's just those 4 slots. And it has to be on the one that you put forth. The Unifier can then put on one of the 2 slots that is on their card. Either Ruler or Grand Elder in this example. Actually, let's go ahead and just keep that here for now. Another thing that can be... We'll just keep this right here, even if that's not a properly formed one. Another action you can take on your nation turn is to propose. You can take a theory or method in your hand and propose it to a state that you have a cube in. For the cube to be proposed, it needs to be viable. Methods are applied as either to the law or industry, and are viable in the industry if tradition has a pair of colors adjacent to each other that match the card, or the industry has a pair of colors on its stack adjacent to each other that match this card's color pair. For law, it's the zeitgeist and the law in the same way. Theory is applied to the zeitgeist or the tradition. In this example, this card here, this theory, would be viable to be proposed as a tradition. When you stack cards, they are going to stack in a way where you show their color pairs like this.
Okay.
In addition, when you propose a card, you can take one of your cubes that's in your migrant pool or the state's unworked population pool and put it onto the card as a worker. If you're adding it as a method or to the tycoon, you can or to the industry. You can also take one of your cubes and put it into the owner's pool, as well as one of the workers. So those are the 4 nation actions you can take. You take one on each of your turns. When you take when the states take action, first they do their census, which checks for the dominant slots for their populations. Example, this would have it, assuming there are other cubes on there, and I still have the most cubes on there. One of my white cubes from the unworked population would be put onto the demographic slot. Then we check the tycoon. Whoever has the most owners, with the tycoon counting as an owner, gets to put their cube in the tycoon slot, and the previous tycoon moves their slot to the owner's pool. The radical, counting the radical as well, checks for all the workers in the zeitgeist stack. Whoever has the most becomes the radical, putting the other one into the unworked population pool. And one of their cubes from the unworked population or the zeitgeist, their choice. The Grand Elder is checked next. And like the zeitgeist, it checks workers on theories, the tradition. Finally, the ruler is decided based off the authority cards rule. So in this case, the John Company, the ruler is decided by the tycoon. So the ruler here would be this white cube. This white cube would decide that the ruler is going to be white. After they perform the census, all prosperity cubes are removed from the state in order to check it, in order to start fresh for this round. And starting with the industry, events are taken. An event is any card that happens, and you start from the bottom going up. The dominant slot for each of these, so Tycoon for industry, Radical for zeitgeist, Ruler for law, and Grand Elder for tradition, is considered a worker on the color for this stack. And you go clockwise. So you start with the industry, you go to zeitgeist, you go to the law, and then you go tradition. And then once you are done, you then move on to the next state, and they handle that. The events are decided by the color of the card that you're going up, and if they have an active worker on them. So, in industry, yellow allows for wealth creation to happen, allowing them to convert a material token or a support token into prosperity tokens. The red cards on the industry will give you a material token to the state, which can be used for other things. Green will allow you to swap out material tokens for support tokens, or just simply gain a support token. And blue is funky. Blue represents travel and communication. And so in the industry, this allows you to trade and ship tokens to other states, or takes tokens from other states. The tokens are green for support, red for material, and yellow for prosperity. Okay?
Okay.
After the industry action happens, you check the events on the zeitgeist. And for the zeitgeist, red lets whoever's on the zeitgeist card to take away a banner from the ruler. A green will allow you to pick a player. That player gets to put one of their nation cubes from the nation card and put it into the unworked population box of this state. Should be state on the card. The reminder card should say state, not nation. Blue will allow you to pick a player, and they can either propose a card as the nation action, or draw a blind idea card from the market, or from the idea deck. And then yellow will simply produce a prosperity token. For the law, they only check for events on active red and active green cards. On active green cards, they gain a support token. Active red, they can do one of three things. They can either gain a banner, allowing them to or use their banners to perform military operations, or spin a banner to remove a cube from their state. Doing so will cause the state to lose a prosperity token if you do that purge option. Violence within a state tends to cause comfort to go down. Military operations allow them to mobilize their banners that they have on cards in the horizon or onto other states. With the operation, you take the banner and you can put it onto the horizon counting from the top. Every card you skip, you have to spend another banner to put that. So if I wanted to put this banner here, I'd have to spend another banner and send it back to that supply. But active blue cards in the law give this a discount of 1 per blue card, representing the superior transportation and communication logistics that the state has. When the state starts and they have any tokens on if they have any banners on any regions, they take that the ruler takes that banner or takes that region. They take that region and they can either add it to their law or to the state's industry. If you want to send a banner to another state, you count from the outside. So from top if it's in the law, or from bottom if it's in the industry when putting it down, and you only count region cards in that stack. At any time, the owner of that region, the ruler of that region, can spin one of their banners to remove one of your banners from it. And like before, if that state's turn starts and it has a banner on another state's region, it is going to take that region and either add it to its industry or to its
law.
Into its region. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yep.
After doing that, after the law has acted, you now do the events in the tradition, which is incredibly similar but different from the zeitgeist. For tradition, active red will give the state a banner, allowing them to better police their state and protect. Active green will allow you to pick a player with a cube in the state. Then they get to take 1 population cube from their nation card and add it to the unworked population pool. Active blue is the same as with the zeitgeist. The player can either draw from the idea deck or propose an idea to the state. Active yellow is the same. They gain a prosperity token. If there are any cards in the tradition that are unworked, that are inactive, they do not have a cube on them, they are simply removed from the stack. This applies to everything except the law. Now there are 2 special rules. Before each inventory, or before each event stack, whoever controls the dominance slot of that stack can hire cubes from the unworked population onto cards. And in addition, the law has an additional rule that they have to obey, which is that they have a budget they have to balance. Their budget is the number of region cards they have in it, and the number of yellow cards they have in their law. And if they have any methods higher than that budget, they have to remove those methods from their stack, picking which ones they want to get rid of. At this time, they can privatize any of those methods and send them to the industry.
So regions plus yellows minus methods.
Yes. And yellow regions will count twice for this.
I see. And yellow methods would just pay for themselves.
Yeah, they basically pay for themselves. They are... Yep. So that's how the budget works. After the tradition is acted, the state now has to manage its crisis. It has to spend support tokens for every unworked population in its pool or else the ruler has to remove unworked population cubes and send them back to the nation card. Every cube that is sent back, the state loses a prosperity token. And prosperity tokens are used as score at the end of the game.
What if the state can't afford to lose all that? Like,
Nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
It's like you're at score 0 with this. Basically, there's no prosperity in this state. It sucks. People are probably going to migrate away.
Okay.
Because when you take a migration action, you can also take cubes off of any one state and put them into your mana pool before you start performing its actions. And the migration can also send cubes to a state, filling in, placing them onto cards that do not have a worker on them, or into the unworked population.
Is there a limit on that, or?
Whatever you can pull from it, but if you cause too much mass migration, there is actually another limit that I forgot. Anytime you take an action involving a state, that state's ruler can spend one of their banners that they have to veto your action. So if I want to take all of my cubes off of this state, the ruler can spend a banner to say, no, you don't.
I see.
And any action or event that is taken involving that state can be vetoed in the same way. So the ruler the ruler does not obey a constitutional law. He basically enforces his will with the military and police.
Got it. And so the ruler starts with all 10 of these banners.
These banners are going to start off, and they start gaining them from their red cards.
Okay.
10 is their maximum. You just keep it by their state, so then you know which banner pool is for which state.
Okay. So, okay, I'll wait. I'll save my questions until you're finished with them.
Okay. So after the states take their events, the game is going to keep going until one of these decks is empty. The moment the card is drawn, the game is going to end. And once that happens, scoring happens. We are going to be doing advanced scoring instead of domination scoring because domination scoring is meant to be a shorter version. So we're going to play test the longer version of scoring to see how this works. Every cube that you have out is going to give you a prestige or victory point. So you can basically, because you start with 30 on your card, 30 minus whatever's still on your card. Then, and for every state, every cube that you have in that state is going to give you victory points equal to its current prosperity. Governors, which are workers on a region in the law, will give you VP or prestige equal to the state power. And every owner cube will give you victory points equal to that state's market strength. State power is the number of cards in the law, with red cards counting twice. Market strength is the number of cards in industry, with yellow counting twice.
Okay.
I believe I covered almost everything.
And if we miss anything, then... Okay, my question is, so just clarifying with proposal. So
yes.
If I want to propose something to the law stack, there needs to be a matching pair in the law stack or in the
Zeitgeist.
If I want to propose something to tradition, it must be either a matching pair in tradition or the law?
Yes.
Yep. And so it goes counter. Basically, it's either the current stack or the one counterclockwise.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. And theories always go to tradition or zeitgeist, which makes sense. And methods and regions are the ones that end up in law and industry.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I have some questions.
Oh, please ask.
So these are regions or what it is called? Ideas?
Yeah, these are regions, and these are ideas. Ideas are theories and methods.
They are only colors, nothing else.
They are only. Oh, you only see blank cards?
No, I see colors, but no other abilities, right?
No other abilities right now. This is a very initial playtest. I want to give them unique abilities later.
And on the organization, are there like slots?
Yes, so where the word is, that's the slot. It does not have lines between them. So here we have the ruler slot, Grand Elder, imports for stuff that's being sent to it. That was from an earlier version where stuff happened. Banners, you can put the banners here. So then you can track what banners are. Any banners that the ruler has, they'll keep in front of them.
And like tradition or law are always on same spot.
Yes, tradition and law law is always going to be here, right above the ruler. Tradition is always going to be above the Grand Elder.
Zeitgeist below the radical, industry below the tycoon.
It's quite confusing that it's not written there.
I really should have put lines on the cards for the slots.
Well, I was thinking it means more that it's like write the word law in.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. You know what? Yeah, that is something Give me a quick moment.
And does all cards have this set of colors?
Yes, for right now, that is the intention. This is the basic colors that are normally there. Industry has yellow because wealth creation is a focus on it. Zeitgeist has blue because idea exchange is a major focus of that. The law has red because the government has the monopoly of force. And tradition has green because it enforces family values. That's the fluff explanation. So yeah, I should indeed. Any other questions?
No.
Oh, starting cubes is starting migrant pool. The first player is going to start with 3. Second player is going to start with 4. Third player is going to start with 5.
Okay.
And play goes clockwise in the nation rounds.
So that means you, Peter, you start with 5.
Mm-hmm.
I am still quite confused, but
Okay, please ask any more questions.
I think we should start. And
Okay, go ahead and start with 5 of your cubes off your card and forming your migrant pool.
Okay. Oh, let's.
So at the start of the nation round, the very first thing you do is you actually get every nation round. The very first thing that happens is everyone gains 1 population cube into their migrant pool from their nation card. So
4, 5, and then 6.
Yes. Yep. Okay. For my first action, I'm going to go ahead and take a migration action. And I'm trying to decide. Whoop. I'm going to go ahead, put 1 cube here, 1 cube here, 1 cube here, to take this dynamic card, and I'll put it in front of me. Well, I'll put it actually right next to my nation card. Okay. Then I have to refill markets and check overpopulation. There is no overpopulation.
Huh.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay.
You can set up turns in TTS.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, great proposal, organizing. Okay. Right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to grab this Republic Authority.
Okay.
So no overpopulation. Refresh the market. There we go.
So I do migrate. Okay. It's John Company as a name or not?
Yep. Okay. We refill the market. Oh, this is a new nation round.
So
So
everyone
we-
gains 1.
Yep, everyone gains 1 population. Because we have to skip the state round because there's no states formed. Let me see. Do I want to... Would that theory be useful? No, but I also want to try to make sure there's better population. Oh. Huh. Okay, I think I am going to migrate and take this theory into my hand.
Which color of a theory was it?
Red, red.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and organize. So I put this out here.
Yep, you get to take a stack of banners.
I'll take this black stack. So I put 1 here and 1 in a region to make a homeland.
Yes.
And I think let's go with let's go with this one. Or,
Okay.
is there an advantage for picking one with a higher, lower population on it?
You are more likely to get players to want to help you form if you have it, because they need to have their cubes to organize with you, to unify with you.
So I would want to go. I probably would want to go for a higher population.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go here.
Okay, and because of this, you can take one of your cubes and put it onto the ruler or grand elder as an initial advantage for going first.
So can I grab it from my migrant pool, or do I have to grab it from the region?
You're gonna have to grab it from the region first. Once you start having once it's actually unified, migrant pool can start being sent to it.
Okay, then I'll go and become the ruler of this republic. So, yeah, and that's my turn, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I will try to organize my thing. And I choose homeland.
Can you pick the same homeland as another player? Or
That's. I guess you can. I didn't say a rule that you couldn't, but I have no. I'll have to. I'll have to keep that in mind. Try and avoid that for now. Okay. And now, now it's another nation round, so we all get one cube.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have an actual choice on hand here that's very, very nice.
You have more cubes if you organize the if you have your dynamic join up with my republic. Just saying.
Yep. Yeah, but I can always just take the tycoon if I join with the John Company. Very tricky choice.
And the state round is not happening.
The state round starts happening when a completed state is in play.
From two cards.
Yes.
Okay.
A authority and a dynamic.
Yes. So I am going to go ahead and unify. I'm going to go ahead and unify with this republic.
Yeah.
So I am going to go ahead and claim the tycoon. And as the unifier, I get the advantage of deciding where the homeland goes. And I'm going to add it to the industry stack. Keeping one of my workers here. And then we'll put this to the unworked population.
So there is now a functioning state.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I forgot to fill the market. The horizon drifts down.
Right. Well, I am going to I am going to go ahead and migrate, pick up this dynamic. So no overpopulation, because this is at 5. Go down. And there we go.
Mhm. Hello. And migrate. And I take this.
Well, first there's a overpopulation here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
now.
6 cubes on it. So you have to take this aside. We'll go ahead and move that for you. Next, we move all the other cards down. And then you take 5 of these cubes and you put them onto each region. Put one on each region, and the remaining cube is going to be sent back to the owner's nation card. You're going to put them on a different card. Each one on a different card. So that cube goes back to his nation card.
And the region is
Discarded. We'll turn it sideways to represent that it's discarded. Bottom of the stack. Okay, now we do a nation round.
state round, you mean?
State round. Yes, we do a state round.
All right. So
First, we do a census. And the demographic first is going to be white. So I have to take one of my cubes. Let me double check real quick what I wrote. So then I one of their cubes in the state into the demographic slot. So I have to move this cube into the demographic. Then we check the tycoon. I currently have the most owners, including the tycoon. No one has any zeitgeist cards, so there's no radical. Grand elders, same situation. And then I actually have 2 of the dominants instead of... Oh my goodness, this is a very small population. This is causing problems.
yeah,
No,
you'll have to.
Yeah. I'll either have to give up my demographic and lose the tiebreaker, or give up my tycoon and we just don't do anything with the tycoon, with the industry. That goes back to the unworked population.
Okay.
Now the industry phase. I am going to go ahead and hire. And I'm going to go ahead and put this cube here so we can work this area.
And if Green had another cube, he can move it to owners. Or
When a card is added to the industry, that's when proposed to industry. That's when you get to add a cube to owners.
okay.
Yeah. So now that that's there, we start doing the industry. This region, I am going to go ahead and have it produce a support token for the state. And we're going to have, if I spend a prosperity, we're going to end up having overpopulation and lose a cube anyway, which would lose that prosperity. Oh, but it is in the spirit of the rules that cubes that are on a spot do what they do, regardless of what you want. They are individuals on their own. So this tycoon is going to convert this into a prosperity. Next, there's no Zeitgeist card, so nothing happens. The state happens, and I'm going to go ahead and take a military operation. Put this cube here. There we go. Or put that banner there. So that banner is now deployed on the horizon, trying to colonize and conquer this area. States, when they send their cards, go from the top instead of the bottom, like nations do.
States are top down, nations are bottom up.
Yes. And then nothing happens in tradition. So now, now we have a crisis. An unworked population cube cannot be fed with a support token, so we lose a prosperity token, and this goes away. This is a
very dysfunctional state.
Yes. Before I take my turn for the nation round, I need to use the bathroom. I apologize.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Oh, I go too.
I am back. Thank you for I am back. Thank you for waiting.
It's nation time, I believe.
Yes, it is. So we each get one cube. Oh my goodness. I might cause a serious catastrophe if I take a migrate action into the horizon. I don't want to do that.
I mean, you could have your guys just go into
Yeah,
go and try to flood your state with new workers.
yeah, that would actually be kind of a good idea. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take a migration action and move them here. There are unfortunately no cards for them to work right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. So what would happen if I take a migrate action, which would overpopulate this organization's homeland?
That organization card would be discarded. The state failed to form.
In that case, I think instead I will unify this. I'll unify this state. So let's see. What does it say for how unification works? Okay. State returns. Place one of your kids from homelands onto the state's ruler, grandeur, tycoon, or radical.
Is it the ruler who decides where it goes? Did I write that?
It says once you do so, you may place one of your cubes in from the homeland on the ruler's ruler, grand, and take homeland and put it into history law stack.
Okay, you get to take
the unifier. Yeah.
Unifier. Good, good, good. That's what I remember writing. I just for a moment.
Yeah. Industry does okay, red is material. Okay. Cool. Then yeah, I'll add it as a so I take one, I will make myself a tycoon. And I will add the region into the tycoon slot. And
Yep. The other cubes are going to go to the unworked population.
Mm-hmm. And this doesn't give me an owner, adding the region here. Right?
No, it does not give you an owner.
Okay, and the banner goes back here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it says in the rules that one of your cubes there, take the homeland, put the tree, law stack, keep one population cube onto the region card, then all other cubes go unworked. So
so you get to keep one of them onto the region as a worker. Right, good. I remember writing that, I just don't remember.
I'll hire my own.
Makes sense.
Yep, make sure they're fed. And then we refresh this market here. Thing goes down a bit. And new thing, and end turn.
Okay, so what can I do?
It sucks there aren't any ideas that match the pairs in the states.
Yeah. Yeah,
theory market's a little bit, or the idea market's a little bit stagnant at the moment.
Yeah.
So I can migrate to state directly?
Mm-hmm.
To unworked.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Okay. So now we begin a state round.
Yep.
I assume we just go with oldest state to...
Yes, oldest state to newest state. With a proper table, I'll have slots for the 5 states to go down the line. Okay, so with the state round, we start with the census for Black, the Black Republic. First, we check the demographic. White controls the demographic, so we put that there. Right now, white controls the tycoon and owners, so it keeps the tycoon. No radical. Ruler is decided by dominance. White has dominance, keeps the ruler. Grand Elder should have been first. There's no other workers in the authority or in the tradition, so no elder is put forth. So now we go down the line and start beginning. Starting from the bottom, I create a support token. Then I consume that support token to get a prosperity token.
Mm-hmm.
So I should make that into a good slot. Nothing happens here in the zeitgeist. With the law.
Shouldn't you have conquered
the... Yes, I should have conquered the region first. Which I am going to go ahead and... So I get this added to unworked. No, actually, I can keep this as a worker. Good. I completely forgot about this card. And I'll put that there. As it's in the law now. Because that way it makes red-blue viable for tradition.
Nice.
There we go. So then this happened. We already nothing changes with that effects. Nothing changes for this. The law action starting from the bottom. Red. Gonna give it a banner. Blue. Nothing happens because blue is used to check for military operations. Balancing the budget. I have more budget than I have methods, so I'm fine. Grand Elder acts. Nothing happens. Now for the crisis. I lose a population cube.
And a prosperity.
Now, this state acts and performs its census. We start with the demographic, and that's obviously green. So we move one of green's cubes into the demographic slot.
Grand Elder, no one. Tycoon is me.
Yep. Tycoon stays Tycoon. No radical.
Ruler.
And ruler is decided by Tycoon. So you're going to take one of your cubes and put it into the ruler slot.
And I have to pick my own. I can't, give someone else the ruler position.
For now, no, that's not by the rule. But probably in a future version, I'll say that instead.
Okay.
That feels like a more interesting way to handle it.
In that case, I think I will. Oh, we need to.
Yes.
Do we not refresh the regions, or okay?
We refresh regions for states as well.
Got it. Okay. I think what I will do is. So yeah, I'm going to move green out, and I will move my worker from this region to where I am now the ruler. So now we start doing stuff, right?
Yes, and we start with the industry, and we start from bottom going up. And you can hire first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll hire green over here. So we gain one material. And we convert the material into prosperity. No radical, the ruler. Might as well go on campaign. Yeah, and I'm fine with just conquering the top one. So I'll go ahead and try to colonize this region. No Grand Elder, crisis, we can't feed any of you people, so they all die and the prosperity goes away.
Okay, I'll take my cube back.
So they dies?
Yep, they die. Whoop. And they go back to your nation card.
Okay. So that is the end of the state phase, so we go back to nation.
We each get a population cube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and migrate. I can't really send any more population to that state. And I kind of wanted to at least have some prosperity. So I'm just going to simply migrate one cube onto the horizon, onto here. And take this card into hand. And then we push cards down.
Well, I think going to migrate into this region. I'm going to draw this theory. Actually, do we get anything if I propose a theory into tradition or into law in the Republic?
You will get to put one of your cubes from either the unworked or the or your migrant into the onto the card, and thus can probably give you a Grand Elder if you do that.
Okay, that's fine with me. So yeah, I'll grab this card, and that causes overpopulation in this region. So
Yep.
I'll set that aside and distribute out.
So we draw, we refill.
Yep. This moving down. We don't refill this yet, I guess.
No, we don't, but it's not going to matter too much.
Yeah. I'm going to want to put my own guy there. And then put... Then I'll put green here. And white will die. Get a new method or idea. There we go. Red, green. And that is my turn.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I completely forgot to
Okay.
hit the button.
I migrate here and I take this card.
Okay. So, fresh ideas. So, states.
Okay. Yep. So, the Republic, demographics the same. Tycoon stays the same. No radical. Ruler is decided by dominance. So no changes to the census.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Region. So now we start with the industry. Generate green, which then gets converted into a prosperity. Then no radical, so no zeitgeist. And then we have the law. And we're going to go ahead and go on an operation. And I'm going to try and take this region.
Huh.
And then, tradition, nothing happens because there's no Grand Elder. And there's no starvation, finally.
Yeah, so you maintain it. So my turn. So
yes.
Census, it's tied, so I assume that means demographic remains the same.
Yes.
No Grand Elder, Tycoon, I'm the only owner, no Radical, and Tycoon will maintain his cousin as the ruler.
Yes.
So, for the Tycoon, the region is being worked, so we receive 1 material, and that is converted into a prosperity. No Radical. Oh, I forgot, I need to do conquering.
Yes.
So I do conquer this region. And I will add it as being part of this.
Of the law. Fantastic.
Yep. So moving forward, I get to this, and I will use red to gain a banner. And green, well, you go top to bottom, right?
Bottom up. Always
So
bottom
it's
up.
always bottom up. Okay, so I
Yes.
gain that. And then from green, we get a support. That there is no starvation, and my society is also not starving. Yay!
Yay!
We refresh this, and that's the end of the state round, I believe.
Yep. So it's now the nation.
Already gains population.
Oh shoot! I can actually afford to do this. I'm going to migrate one of my populations into this state.
Nice. I am going to propose this red and blue theory.
I cannot veto it.
Yep. I'm going to propose it into your tradition.
Fantastic.
Which means
will
get that.
Very nice.
That does. Wait, what's going to happen when I get to the Grand? Will I just move my cube from here
Yes.
to Grand Elder and then?
Yes, once the census happens, yes.
Okay.
And then
And
you'll
I'll
be
just
able to hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Now things are starting to get going.
Yeah.
I migrate and I take this guy.
Okay.
So states get to go. Starting here, census, demographic stays the same. Tycoon stays the same. Radical does not change. Ruler does not change. Grand Elder.
Since we do Grand Elder. So.
Right, Grand Elder. Yes, Grand Elder first. Right, because it's Grand Elder first because that way it can keep going clockwise. Uh-huh. And now we do the industry. We gain a support token. Then I can... Well, first we lose all the prosperity from last round.
So
that
you don't
way,
maintain prosperity.
No, prosperity is fleeting. Support and materials you can maintain. Oh, well, first off, we take this.
can also lose this.
Yeah. So first off, this region is added to my state.
Mhm.
So then now then we convert this support into prosperity. No zeitgeist. The ruler first gonna give it a nice token, nice little banner. Then we skip blue. Green, we get to add a support token.
Yes. And as the Grand Elder, I will hire a white cube to red. Resolve green, which means you gain another support.
No, green for tradition means that someone here gets to add their cube to the unworked population.
And is that
from their
from
nation
the
card.
nation?
Yes.
So yeah, I will select from my own, so there will be one unworked population in the state. And then from red, we will gain an additional support.
Red gives the banner to the ruler.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Red gives so it's going to go up to 2 banners now.
Mm-hmm. We are supporting we endorse the state.
Yes. It's and that should be there's a crisis, so we remove a support token.
But no starvation.
No starvation.
So we slide down the regions.
Mm-hmm.
We go over to the John Company. So Grand Elder, there isn't one. Demographic is now red.
Yes.
So I think I'll pull from the region to fill the demographic slot. The Tycoon's still the same. There is no radical. And the ruler is, going to maintain. So start with the Tycoon. So region, we gain a material. And yellow, we turn that into a prosperity. That hasn't really changed.
Yeah.
The ruler will hire this unworked green up into the region. We will use our banner, go ahead and conquer this region. And the green will generate an additional support. All right. There is no crisis. And so that is that.
Cool. So now we do another nation round. We get a cube. Can this support me? No. But so I'm going to go ahead and migrate into the John Company.
Yes, we have plenty of support. Bring us your huddled, tired masses.
That's my turn.
Right. For my turn, I will go ahead and I will migrate and pick up this method, which causes overpopulation in this region. We take it aside and slide all this down. Getting a region. So I'll put red in these two. We'll put green in the rest. And green takes one back to the nation. You also get a new idea.
Did you get your cube at the start of the nation round?
Yes, I did.
No,
Oh, Peter.
probably not.
Yep.
So I migrate to John Company.
Welcome. All right. So state round time.
Yes. Okay,
So you
Grand.
lose your prosperity.
Yep. There is no conquests. The Grand Elder stays because it's a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Demographic is 5 versus 3, so it stays. Tycoon stays because there's no owners. No radicals because no cards on the site. And the ruler is decided by dominance, and the dominance stays you white. Okay. So now we start with industry.
And that just turns into a net prosperity.
Yep. Then we go up to the ruler. I'm going to go ahead and deploy. And I think what I'm going to do is I get a discount of 1 because of this blue for this operation. So then I'm going to this is free, I'm going to do another one to go over here and spend one of my banners to jump.
So other people's conquests you can skip over for free.
So the distance I have to, this would cost, to put, like down here, it would cost me 3 to go here. I would lose 2 banners to go here, but I get a discount for the blue.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was not clear.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So that was that military operation for red. Blue is skipped because that's just used for transportation logistics. Green means we get a support from welfare.
Yay. Shoot
And
food.
now it's tradition.
Right, so green is increase the population. Well, I might as well. I'll pick myself, because of course I will. And red means more support for the state.
Yes.
There is now a crisis, though, because
Yes.
one guy is fed by the support, but the other guy starves.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means also no prosperity.
Yep.
Yeah, ruler. Why? What? Where's all the bread? I keep telling people to have more kids. It's your job to make sure they're fed. My job.
Okay, John Company gets to go now.
Yeah. See how a real ruler does it. So Grand Elder don't have one. Graphics, it is 3-3, so status quo. Tycoon still the same, no radical. Tycoon picks his cousin. Dope. So the Tycoon, first we need to lose that and we conquer this region. And I think what I will do is, what does blue do? Trade. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will actually add it to here. And so what I would do is this guy would become an owner, right?
Yes.
Cool. More territory for the John Company.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm definitely the Tycoon. I will need to hire some people, so I'll hire green. So, from bottom top, I can do some trade. I don't really have any reason to ship support over to you, do I?
No, you don't. You really don't. So maybe maybe to keep some of your population that's going to grow there. Because you are going to be getting population cubes from tradition.
True, but you're currently benefiting more from this state than I am, so I'm fine with it remaining an impoverished wreck. Game material, converted to prosperity. There we go. No radical. The ruler. So we will gain a banner, and we will gain some welfare, some support. We do have a crisis. There is some unemployed people, so unworked. So we will lose one support, but everything else is fine. So bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, good. And that's the end of the state round.
Everybody gains a population,
Yep.
including you,
Okay.
Peter.
Let me see.
Yes.
Yep. I might just have to change that to be the first thing you take on your turn instead of it being at the start of the round. That'll be easier to remember for people. Okay. My turn. Let me see. Do I want this card? It's not really viable. I don't really... Well, I could take cube away to migrate and grab this card, which is a theory that would be viable next turn. Yeah, actually, I think I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to migrate. I'm going to take this unworked cube, place this one here, and this one here to take this theory into hand. No overpopulation. Move this down. End my turn.
Okay. I am going to propose into... Yeah. I'll propose into... Yeah, I'll propose into...
So that's a method. Methods
right. So it'd have to
yeah.
go into law.
Yeah, you can either add it to... You can either add it to John Company's law or add it to the Republic's industry.
Yeah. You know what? I'll do that. I'll add it to the Republic's industry. So I do that, and that makes me an owner.
Yes, it does. And you can hire a worker.
Immediately?
Yep.
All right. There we go. Yeah. I have to say, I'm really liking this. This is...
Thank you.
I can propose green, but without workers, it makes some sense or not.
Well, the thing is, when you propose it, you would grab from you can either grab from the unworked population locally or from your migrants.
So I propose this.
And you could propose it to the zeitgeist.
Yes.
And there will be some more workers of yours coming in because the Republic's about to conquer some of your people, so...
Yeah.
So what?
There we go.
And that's all?
That is resolved. Yep. And so now it's the state. First off, we check the demographic. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, it stays
there.
Yep, it stays there. Tycoon stays. Okay, Rand Elder stays. Tycoon stays. Radical green becomes the radical.
Yeah, so you can... Oh wait, you first needed to conquer.
Oh yes, we do the conquer. And let's see.
I see.
And I do not have a migrant to put into the owner pool.
Mm.
So I'm going to keep it like this, which sucks because it's not letting me expand my monopoly.
Yeah, green, you were going to get a radical, so you can pull any of those. Oh, does it have to be that one, or it could be the one?
It could be anyone. Yeah, it could be one of his workers. Yeah, it could be one of his workers. I see.
And ruler, you have 3 of white, so white remains ruler.
Yep. Good. Industry. We start from the bottom because novel industries disrupt everything.
Yeah.
So we get a material token, which I'm going
and a support token.
Well, no, I'm going to take the second option that this green can have to convert the material into 2 support tokens.
Ah. And then this region doesn't do anything.
No, it's unworked, but thankfully it does not get removed because it's a region.
Ah.
And then I can convert a support token into a prosperity.
Hooray!
Okay. Now, the Zeitgeist. Unlike other situations, the Zeitgeist is very much disruptive and carries a lot of communication. The workers decide on the Zeitgeist. Which doesn't matter for this case. So, green Zeitgeist means that you tier can pick one player to put a cube in the unworked population from their nation card. He can pick himself.
Okay, I pick some.
And then blue allows him to pick a player to draw an idea card blindly from the top of the deck.
Or propose an idea to the state.
Or propose an idea to the state. I do have an idea I want to propose.
Evidently.
Yeah.
You have a lot of ideas.
I do have a lot of ideas. I mean, I made this game. Of course I have a lot of ideas.
So I draw. Or
yeah, you can choose. Yeah.
Alright, so now the ruler does stuff.
Yep. So first thing I can do is I can probably decide, I'm trying to decide if I want to go on a campaign. I will go ahead and go perform a military operation. Send this
Should
here.
We refresh the market first, or
market get refreshed at the end of the state events.
Okay, cool.
So I have to act like there's a phantom card in between.
Okay.
So I get a discount of 1 on this, so I can go ahead and start trying to take this region.
Okay.
Blue we skip. Green gives us a support.
And then for the Vizier, green means we increase in population, right?
Yep. From a card.
Yep, so I will add more of my people.
Mm-hmm.
And then red means the state gets a banner.
Yes.
All right, so there is a crisis, but the state can support itself.
Yes. Which means there's no loss of prosperity.
Hooray! All right, so then we refresh the region market while I get rid of my prosperity.
Yep.
Okay. So we Grand Elder is none. Demographics still dominated by me. Tycoon still dominated by me. No radical ruler keeps his cousin in power. Okay, the Tycoon. So trade, no real reason to export to the Republic. We gain a material, and yellow is always, when yellow is either to gain 1 prosperity or 1 support, gain 1 prosperity. Okay, so we gain a prosperity. Then over here, I have a banner to use, and I will use it. And yeah, let's conquer this region. And I gain an additional support.
Yep.
Okay, there is no crisis. We maintain our prosperity.
We each gain a cube.
Mm-hmm.
Red. Trying to decide. I am going to propose. I'm trying to decide where I want to propose. You know, I don't want this in the zeitgeist of my homeland, so I'm going to propose to the John Company's tradition. Okay, you don't have any banners, so you can't even deny this.
Nope. So you can set up as the right over there. Yeah.
Yep.
Have fun.
Yes.
Some bold new theories.
Yep. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So I am going to go ahead and going to go ahead and migrate over here and pick up this method. Now that causes overpopulation. So and then I will move these 2 into this region and that region. I'm just gonna, this guy is gonna be the one that dies.
Okay.
I'll put green here and white down here. This guy goes into the dustbin.
Not much to do.
I mean, you could send more guys over to John Company. There's plenty of support, so they're not likely to starve.
I can support here.
Oh yeah, you can propose.
Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah. Fantastic.
Can I turn cards?
No, I did not plan for cards to be turned, but that is something I have been considering.
I kind of like them not being able to be turned. It creates a very kind of, whether you're planning to add it as theory,
as zeitgeist or tradition.
Yeah, it makes a green yellow and a yellow green distinct.
Yeah, I will probably make the word on the where that one goes for it on its side, so the zeitgeist will be on the top and tradition on the bottom.
Luckily, they all have different initials, so. Oh, but you can grab a guy from your migratory pool to work on that theory.
Yep.
Or you could grab from Unwork. That works as well.
I can take from my card, right?
Not from the card.
From your pool.
I grabbed it.
Okay. So, that is that. So it's now time for the state.
Yep. So let me see. Grand Elder stays the same.
Well, first, you lose your prosperity,
yep.
and you conquer the green region. Wait, no.
No, conquer the yellow region.
Yes, you do.
So we'll have to add that to the unworked population. And I'm trying to decide if I want to add this. No, I don't really want it to be added to the...
So this guy becomes the governor of the yellow region.
Yes. Which once we start getting some laws in place, that'd be very useful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's conquered. Next is Grand Elder stays the same. Demographic. I believe the demographic is going to be turned red.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it does.
Okay.
You've conquered enough of us.
Yeah. It's going to get really interesting now, because the radical stays green, but the ruler is decided by dominance, which is 2 versus 2.
And imagine does current ruler break tie?
Current ruler breaks tie. No! Demographic breaks tie.
Yes. We have seized the state.
So yeah, you can...
And we'll have the unworked population take over.
Yep.
You have done enough conquering of my people. Alright, so, isn't this fun?
Yeah.
So we begin with, you're still doing the tycoon stuff. So.
Yep. So I am going to hire my cube, so that region is now worked. Produce a material. Convert the material into 2 support.
Gain an additional support.
Yep.
Then convert 1 support into prosperity.
Yes. Which is going to be very useful because we're about to see more demographic shifts.
Yes.
Okay, now the Zeitgeist.
What can I do?
So green lets you pick a player, and that player gets to put one of their cubes from their nation card into the unworked population.
I pick my...
And you get to do that twice.
Yes.
I have a feeling the states might be... Well, actually, no, it might have enough...
Support?
Yeah,
because of the welfare program?
Yeah. Grain dole for everybody, and also blue. So
and green is
so blue lets you draw lets you draw an idea card from the deck.
Let anybody do that, or you can let anybody propose something to.
Yeah,
I draw.
Does it have to be to this state, or can be to any state?
To this state.
Okay. Well, you draw.
Yeah. Usually, I expect people to play themselves until the negotiations really get hefty.
Yeah, let me check. How does state power per governor, and it's every card in law red counting twice? Okay. Yeah. I will go ahead and conquer. Yes, I'll go ahead and conquer this region up here. I'll plan to conquer it. Blue doesn't do anything. Green, more welfare. Actually, I don't think I'm going to conquer this turn. I'm going to discard a banner, and I'm going to initiate a little bit of a purge. So,
Yeah. So you get to pick a cube and remove it.
Any cube?
Within this state.
Got it. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Tycoon. We have found you conspiring against the Republic. You will be shot.
Okay.
So the prosperity drops to 0.
Yep.
We then gain 1 welfare from the green region. Yellow doesn't do anything. Then over here with green, we increase the population locally. So I will gain 1 red. And then from red, we gain 1 banner. Unfortunately, there is a crisis. I will have the white worker will starve. The others are maintained. And that is that. Long live the revolution. All right, so we move over to here. So Grand Elder, white is now the Grand Elder of John Company.
Yep.
Demographic is still me. Tycoon is still me. No radical. I choose my cousin. And we go right over here. So for trade, and we lose the prosperity we had. For trade, I am going to export some support over to the Republic now that a more reasonable person is in charge. We gain 1 support, or 1 material, and turn it into a prosperity. There is no radical. As ruler, I'm going to deploy my banner to... Oh, I forgot, I need a bunker. Right.
Yep.
I always forget about that.
I mean, yeah, I do the same.
Let's see. I will add the region.
So if you add it to the industry, it would have given the support had we remembered it before you did the trade. If you add it to the law, you will get welfare regardless.
But this does allow me to exchange material into support.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'll add it here. But if I add it here, I won't gain an additional owner because...
Yeah.
Well... I guess, let's see. There's not really any blue-green in the market. There is a double green method in the market, which could be nice, I guess. So you know what? I'll add this guy instead over here as a governor of a new region. Be under state control.
Okay.
Anyway. So, that's all staying the same. Wait, no, it's more beneficial if I add it as a region. Never mind. Here we go. So I would have a additional support from that. So when support, I would have traded 1 away. Red would have produced a material. Material would have produced posterity. There we go. Ruler for red is going to generate a banner. And the region will produce another support. And meanwhile, the Grand Elder, you can't hire anyone to support the theory.
And that's going to cause the theory to actually die once it's action. So, as the Grand Elder, I get to add a population cube to the unworked population. I'll add my own.
Mm-hmm.
And then This theory is discarded.
Tragic, but
Turns out it just wasn't. No, everyone forgot the old ways.
yeah, no one's keeping it written down. We
Yep.
do have a little bit of a crisis, but we have plenty of support to pay for that.
Yep.
And yeah, that's
And
the end of
then
that.
we refresh this. And now it's a nation round.
Yeah, so everybody in one. There's only 2 more cards left in the region deck.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the state or the region that usually it's the region that decides when things end.
True.
But of course, we haven't been doing actual conquests of other states.
Right. But yeah.
So I can propose. I'm going to propose a method to the Republic. Are you going to veto this?
I'll allow it.
Okay, cool. I will add an owner cube, and this green cube is going to work it. That's my turn.
All right. I will also go ahead and propose. I will propose this method to over here. I will move one of my cubes as an owner.
And
so that is that.
Okay. I can propose this.
so it is a method, so we can go to the law.
Yeah, that'll make conquest easier. I'll allow it.
Law is here.
Yep,
Yes.
you put it up there.
And you can move one of your guys or the unworked to be the governor of that method. All right. So it's time for the state. So over here, Grand Vizier staying with us. Demographic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm still holding on to that. Tycoon, it's an even split. Who becomes the new tycoon?
Demographic breaks ties.
So I'm the tycoon. Radical remains the same, and so I control 4 of the posts, so I remain ruler.
Yep.
So start with the tycoon. So first, the green method. We gain support. Red, we gain some material. The green method again will convert the material into 2 support, right?
Yep.
There's plenty of support over here. Green region, we gain another support. And yellow, we convert 1 support into a prosperity. Radicals, you get 2 green actions.
I can I got 2 of my cubes.
Mm-hmm. To the unworked. This is causing. We'll have enough. We might have enough support.
And I draw a card.
Yeah, if you'd like, or you could propose. Well, there you go. Right, we go over to the ruler. So I can skip over 2 spaces if I go and try to conquer. I don't want to conquer more green. That's how I came to power. I don't want that happening again. I might want to initiate a little bit. So it's either gain a banner, spend 1 to perform a military operation, or do a purge. You know what? I'm just going to gain another banner.
Banners are good to have in case of an emergency.
Yeah, and I might use the banners to start shutting down this influx of people from the radical. So skip that. Blue means, or the green gives us that. We skip that over to here. Green means grab 1 of our own, which we will do. And red means gain another banner. So there is a crisis. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. We maintain our prosperity. All's well.
Yep.
Over to here. So Grand Elder, they're fine. Demographic, still us. Tycoon, definitely us. And Ruler, yeah. All's well. So the Tycoon will hire the unworked into the red method over here. We also lose our prosperity. Gain 1 material. We convert the material into 2 support. Trade, we will export a support over to the Republic. We produce another material, and we'll convert that. Actually, no, we're going to convert a support into prosperity. We'll keep the spare material.
Yep.
Okay. No radicals for the ruler. Yeah, we probably are going to go ahead and conquer this region over here. Green means more support. And finally, white, you get to add somebody to the state. And yeah. Well, a little bit of a crisis, but we can keep them fed, and we maintain our prosperity.
Oof. Okay, and I think that's all the state. Yep, that's all the state actions. So now it's another nation round.
Everybody get a population.
Okay. Can I propose this card? I cannot. That's a green-green method, which would apply only to industry. Red is useless, even as a method or a theory, because it's just not viable. This is not a very violent world.
Yeah.
Blue is also not very viable. Blue-yellow is not. Yeah, no. Blue-yellow is viable, but it would only work as taxation. Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to go ahead and migrate into John Company.
Huh. I think I am. Hmm. Hmm. So I can leave states before I go out
Yes.
and do things, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you can take them out of the state. The first step of migrate is you can choose one state and take cubes out of that state into your migrant pool. Then you can move your migrant pool somewhere else.
Hmm. Huh. I'm. I have enough support otherwise. I'm going to move one of these guys out of this state. We're going to migrate here and here and pick up this method. That causes this to be overpopulated. So these regions slide down. There we go.
And
then we'll have this guy here, this guy here. I'm going to say green will have this guy die. And so the ones will go white, green, and white. Then these slide down and done.
so the game is going to end once.
Once John Company conquers that territory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh well.
No, so I can propose here.
Yep, that can be
Yes.
proposed.
To which
The law.
This law. This column.
Yeah, right over there, right on top.
Yeah. You can pull from your migratory or local population. I see what you're doing. Okay.
And that's all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the states.
Yeah, so we start here. We lose the prosperity. Vizier, still me. Then demographics. Or do we do demographics then Vizier?
Demographics then Vizier.
Okay, so demographics. So we start with demographics, which
Yes.
I think green is now the majority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So green, which of your guys do you want to become the new demographic leader? All right, so I get kicked out. Then we go to Grand Vizier. So does Green get to pick which of us becomes the Vizier and which one gets?
Technically, this is supposed to be. It's supposed to just be automated. So if it's a tie at this point with no tie break, it just is the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tycoon stays the same, Radical stays the same, and it's now 2. So Red remains dominant because of the Leader, Elder, and Tycoon alliance.
Yes.
Okay, so maintaining control of the state. So we start with the Tycoon. So the method will be we'll gain more support. We will gain a material, which we convert into 2 support. We get another support, which turns into a prosperity. So there's that. Then we go over to the Radical. So what do you want to do with the first theory?
I can.
Actually, I will say.
I add twice to unworked.
I'm gonna block both of those using banners. No.
And I pick card.
Okay. So we move on to the ruler. I theoretically could go and conquer something, but it wouldn't do any good because the game's about to end once the John Company conquers this last region. So, and purging would just crash all my points for cubes in the area. Then again, wait a second. Then again, well, after I do this, we'd have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 support, and after this would be a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I am going to use my banner, and I'm going to enact a purge. I'm going to purge, let's see. So a governor is a cube on a region or a method?
On a region.
Only regions. Okay.
Only regions.
So I am going to do a purge, so that means we lose our prosperity. Who am I purging? See, that guy would earn you 2, 3, 4, 5 points, right? Yeah. And if I purge that guy, he's worth 4 points. So yeah, I'm going to purge this guy.
Okay.
That doesn't do anything. We gain 1 support. We skip all the rest. Here, we gain.
Yeah, the budget is still balanced, thankfully.
Yep. I mean, it's each region provides 1 tax.
And yeah, and yellow provides a second, so you're good.
Yeah, very good. Very balanced budget.
Yeah.
And over here, I will bring one of my own into the local population. And then red means the state gets a banner. So there's 5 people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just enough. Well, all right, we go over to here. So we lose 1 prosperity, as it is. Check demographics. 1, 2, 3.
Nope, there's one thing you got to do before that.
All right, we immediately con that immediately ends the game. I'm gonna add this as a region in the company. So I do this, and I can take this guy as an owner, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have him go in as an owner. And this doesn't end because we haven't refreshed this market yet.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I remain in charge of demographics. You're still the Grand Elder of not much.
Mm-hmm.
Tycoon, definitely. Ruler, picks his cousin, all good. The Tycoon will hire one of your guys into this region. We won't do any trade. We will produce an additional material. We'll convert 1 material into 2 more support. No trade. We produce a material, and we will turn that material into a prosperity. Not a lot of prosperity.
No, not this game. No, it's very
baseline.
Yeah, which is going to make scoring easier at the end of the game.
True. Skip the radical, ruler. Might as well gain a banner. And green means we gain one of these. And elder, you will... no. Ruler says...
Dang.
There is a crisis, so we pay a little bit of welfare. And that is that. We go to refresh the market, and the game is over.
Yep. Ah. Okay. So, first thing we score is going to be all the populations we got off our nation card.
Yeah,
so because humans have their own intrinsic value. So because there are 6, since you start with 30, you can just simply count what you have, subtract that from 30.
So I have 18 points from population.
I am going to have only 9 points from population. And Petir has 17 points from population. Very good. Okay, now we do the state scoring. We'll start with the Republic. Prosperity, no one gets any prosperity points from this.
It's very impoverished after that purge.
Mm-hmm. After that, we check state power for the governors. So there are 3 governors, because the ruler counts as a governor for this.
There are 5 cards in the law, so that means each is worth 5 points.
Yes, and that's going to give red 15 points.
Okay.
And then we do the owner's market strength. That is going to be 4 market strength, so each owner is 4 points.
Got it. Then over in John Company, each person gets 1 point for population.
Yep, so I'm going to get 3.
I get 7.
Petir is going to get 3 as well. Market strength is going to be a lot of points for...
That is 20 points for market strength.
Yeah.
We have a very powerful economy. And for this, it's a lot more meager. It's me and green both get 1 point.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah. I have 16 points.
$65 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think I kind of ran away with it after the
this
coup
game
over here.
This can have a runaway leader effect. I was not focused on trying to form a new state away from you.
Yeah.
As an exercise, I'm also going to check the domination scoring value, which is a lot smaller point value.
Sure.
So
it's 1 VP per empty row.
Yep. So I only get 1 VP.
I have 3 empty rows, right?
You have 2 empty. You have 3 empty rows. You have 3 empty rows. He also has 3 empty rows.
Peter has 3 empty rows, so.
Yeah.
So then after that, prosperity is only the domination. In dominance, only the dominant slots get prosperity, which is still going to be 0 for the Republic.
Yeah. And then for John Company, that means I get 3 and White gets 1.
Yes. State power to the ruler. Only the ruler gets state power.
So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 points from state power there, and I get 1 from state power in John Company.
And then same with market strength for the Tycoon, which is still going to be you for both of those.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I got a truly epic score of 2 from this dominance victory method.
I got a epic score of 21. And Peter got a score of
3.
3.
So it actually maintained the same places. It did not change our places in the scoring.
Yeah.
So it's similar, but it's different.
So.
Biggest change right away, as Peter said. I need to put the name of the row on this. This should be, say, law in this red area, tradition in this green area, industry in the yellow area, and in the blue area it should say zeitgeist.
Yeah, that's a pretty good UI change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boxes for the dominant slots.
Yeah. Or at least some way to like represent that is a dominant slot.
Yeah. I am thinking the more political option of when it's a person they decide who goes there by picking, instead of necessarily it's going to be yours.